Did you break the hood release cable on your old Squarebody? This episode, I'm gonna show you how to get it open. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new to the channel, I am Joby. This is the Natural Gearhead Garage channel. This is my 81 Chevy Squarebody right here. Let's say you had a barn find of a truck, or your uncle's or your grandfather's truck. It's been sitting a long time. You want to fix the thing up. The hood latches on these tend to lock up and freeze up over time, or the cable. You got to pull the cable, thing snaps right off. You end up with something like this in your hand. And you're like, oh, great. You want to know what's under the power barn. Do you have a big block, a small block? Can you get it running? Is it frozen? This is a problem. So I'm going to show you how we're going to get this hood open without damaging anything and getting a pry bar and not, just tearing everything up, okay? We don't want to break the latch. We don't want to break any mechanisms. We just want to get the hood open. So I'm going to show you a tool that you can make pretty quick, simple, easy, possibly free. It was free in my case because I had extra metal. If you have metal laying around, and it'll give you an idea on dimensions and stuff like that, because if you don't have a spare truck to measure off of, because I had this happen on a K5 Blazer, I made this tool in a previous video, and we used this truck as a mock-up truck to get our measurements. Then we went out there and opened the latch up on it. So let me show you what I made and give you some dimensions so that you can make something for yours, and then we'll demonstrate on how to open this hood. All right, guys, so this is the tool that I constructed and made to open the hood on these Squarebodies. Let me go ahead and show you the dimensions and everything on this piece of paper where I drew all this up first so that you have it if you want to make a piece of this. And then I'm going to pop the hood with the hood cable on this baby here, show you the guts of it, show you how the mechanism works and how this will be used to open it. Then we'll close and lock this hood and we'll use this to pop it open. All right, guys, so here's our tool laid out with the little sketch that I used to make this tool. So this is made out of 14 gauge steel. I just had a piece of it laying around in the shop there, so I cut it out on the bandsaw and with a cutoff wheel and whatnot. So what we got going on is 8 inches across the top from right here out to the end here. The inside of this is 7 1/4, 3/4 inch wide all the way around this whole dimension, roughly. I mean, it wasn't cut very straight, but it's roughly that. And then from the very end here all the way down to here, it's 12 inches. So 12 inches, 8 inches, and then 1.5 inches down right here, 3/4 of an inch wide, like I said, and then we're 3/4 of an inch right here at this spot here. So there's kind of the drawing. Pause the video, whatever. This is what I use, 14 gauge steel. You could try using a coat hanger, but I feel like it's just gonna bend on you. You can make it out of round bar if you want, but this thin metal really will help you get in between the hood and the grill, and you'll see that here in a minute. And the way this is designed like this will not bend out, right? It's just solid. So when you're pulling that to pull the latch, this isn't gonna bend out like a coat hanger or something like that would. So let me pop the hood here and show you how the latch works. All right, so we got the hood open here. And when you come in through here, now here's the deal. You're gonna have a spring sitting right here because on the hood, there's a spring. That's what pops the hood up. So that's gonna be sitting here in the way when the hood is closed. So you won't be able to come straight in here. You're gonna have to come up and around that. You also have this cable, your release cable. So that will be in your way if you're trying to come in through here. You might hit that. Now, you can't access anything from the front side with the latch mechanism whatsoever. You have to come around to the back. So in order to do that, let me bring you around. All right, now we're on the back side of this thing. It's in the unlock position. This is the cable that comes out, your release cable. It'll be pulling on this lever. When your hood is locked, the latch is down like this, so it cannot open. So you'll be trying to actuate this arm, and the spring, you see this doesn't move over here. Like this moves and this does not. That's because you got a spring on your hood, and it'll be hooked in right here. So whenever you pull this and release it, that spring is going to rotate this around, releasing the latch, and then you can grab your little and open the hood all the way. Now, I did run into an issue on my Blazer. If this is frozen, which mine was, I was able to pull it here like this, but did not know, because I can't see it, it would not return. See, it should return like that with this spring. Now, if it's frozen, you run into another issue. It pulls like this rotates like this, But see, it will not open enough for you to get your hood open. It'll just stay just like that. And I was pulling and trying to get that hood to come up, it would not. So I had to come in from the backside, see how it opened when I let go, and push this lever to get that to rotate like this so we could open the hood. Just something to think about. So when you're doing this, because I ran into the same thing recently on that K5 Blazer, when I opened that hood, I'll show you one more time. Let's say this thing freezes, pull it, it unlatches, your hood will come around, and it's frozen. And it will not allow that hood to open up. But as soon as you let go of your latch, or push it, I guess in this case, it rotates that up, and then the hood will be, once you pull your little, it'll right out of there, and you're good to go. All right, now that I showed you how the latch works, I'm gonna show you how this tool is gonna get you to where you need to be, okay? So let's just, while this is open, and make it a little easier so you can see what's going on. Remember, there's a spring right here. You cannot come straight in. And coming in between the grill and the hood is very tight. That's why I like thin metal like this. So you're gonna wanna slide it in, past the spring, and it'll go under this cable, and then you're gonna slide it down. This is kind of the tricky part here, getting it past this little piece of the body that sticks out, and then the latch itself. You're gonna kind of just jiggle it. Then you'll just wanna feel from there, basically. Let me just bring you around here, I guess. Once you kind of come in, you can feel, you'll hit the back side of that, and it's just all by feel here because you can't see anything. And then you're just gonna push it in a little more, and you'll feel it grab your latch, and then you'll just pull it just like that, and that'll unlock your latch. And you can see with the design that I have here, we got plenty of handles sticking out so that you can really actuate that thing and get a little bit of leverage on it and pull it in case it is stuck. All right, so now that we went over the tool itself, all the dimensions, how you're gonna make it, how the operation of the latch works, we demonstrated on how you're gonna snake that in there. It's time to let the rubber hit the road. And we're gonna close this hood, and I'm gonna demonstrate exactly how this thing is gonna work and open the hood on this thing with this so that you can get your project back up and running, or that barn find that you wanna see if you got the big block Chevy, the score of a lifetime, maybe a 400 small block. We don't know what's in there. This is gonna help you get there. Let me close the hood, and we're gonna pop this baby open. Yes! All right, that's tight. How are we gonna get it open? We got no hood cable. All right, so center of the hood is where your latch is. About in here-ish is where your spring is. You can actually take your tool and feel for the spring if you want. So kind of feel, now I know that's the spring right there. Slide it back, get up under that cable, and you can get a light and look through here, but I'm gonna try to do it just blind and just feel my way around. So get it all the way to the back, snake it in. Remember, you're gonna have that weird spot where you gotta snake it around the body line. That feels like something there, I don't know. So I'm gonna try to line it up, boom, pull it just like that. We're open. LS motor, woo! What a barn find. Not really, but yeah, there you go. That's how it works. Works slick. Try it one more time if you want. Slide her in, so find that spring, come out to the outside, under your cable, make sure you're all the way back. The tricky part is sliding it all the way in there. Find that latch. Oh, I went too far that time. Boom, there it is, just like that. Pop it open. There you go, guys. A simple tool like this can make a big headache just disappear and go away. So you can get that hood open on your project when you're out in the field. I actually am just gonna keep this probably maybe in my truck or whatever. If you ever break a hood cable, you can make a few of these and just leave them in your truck, in the floorboard, underneath the seat, whatever, just in case. Unless you have, you know, you're fancy and you got a real nice truck and you don't ever have to worry about that. With me, might not be a bad idea to keep something like this in the ride with me just in case I ever need it. But if you like this kind of content, you like how-tos and whatever, and working on old junk like this, consider subscribing to the channel. Like, share the video, it really does help. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.